Hello and welcome, Royals Empire, to the Royal Way. I am your host, Sean Barr, and you found the greatest Kansas City Royals show ever in history. That's right, Albert Einstein grew up watching the Royals, and he's the smartest man in the world. Okay, that's the only lie I'm going to tell you, Empire. I'm telling you, he's smart enough to know how cool the Royals are. He would have been wearing that royal blue, guaranteed. Now, the Royals are off to a great start this year in spring training. Yes, it is their 20th season in Arizona, and we're getting ready to see some good development with the players. We get to see some home runs here and there and some good pitching performances. We get into a review of the game and find out where the Royals stand later in the episode. And we will have all your original segments, and plus we'll get a look at the new viewer prize I have for you this week. The MLB has changed the way they will present the Home Run Derby this year. It's now called Home Run Derby X. They will have 4 teams, the Dodgers, Cubs, Yankees, and Red Sox. And each of these 4 teams will be represented by 4 different types of players. You'll have a former MLB player, a rookie from the team, a softball or women's type baseball star, and a wild card content creator. Not sure what that means, content creator. Kind of sounds like I've got a shot. Nick Swisher for the Yankees, former Royal Johnny Gomes for the Red Sox, and Giovanni Soto for the Cubs are some participants that have already been included. They will compete in non-traditional places like London, England, and Seoul, South Korea, and Mexico City, Mexico throughout 2022. That's a lot of feet from home. Speaking of which, the outfield walls are only 260 to 320 feet from home where they're doing this. Just to get a reference, Kauffman is 330 to 410 feet from home. And there's a couple of raised targets in the infield and a couple of targets to aim for beyond the left center field wall. And that's pretty cool because I mentioned in a previous episode the different ways to improve and revolutionize the game was to add a few more targets. Even in the regular season games, I would pretty much like that. So, maybe the fans can win and row 32 gets a free pizza.
Did somebody say pizza?
And also another change when it comes to Home Run Derby X. The non-batting team can go out there on the field and try to catch the balls that are not home runs to try to contribute to their score. It sounds like some, backyard baseball when we played when we were kids and whatnot. It's going to be pretty cool. And as you remember, the Commissioner Rob Manfred only needs about 45 days to implement a new change in the league. So you might see future ideas develop a lot quicker than any time in Major League history. And speaking of Major League history, former New York Yankee Lou Gehrig is well known to have battled with ALS, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, a nervous system disease that weakens the muscles and impacts physical functioning. This rare disease can be treated but not cured. Patients who are diagnosed may only live to see another 2 or 3 years. Lou Gehrig exemplified what it meant to take it all in stride and be proud of what he's been through. Although he knew he would one day have to surrender himself to this awful disease, he let everyone know how he felt like the luckiest man on the face of the earth to have been able to play baseball under the lights under heaven. And Salvador Perez is this year's 2022 Lou Gehrig Award winner, presented to one player a year who reflects Lou's giving character and grace. It was first presented in 1955, and this award was also given to George Brett in 1986, the last KC Royal to win it. Congrats to Salvador Perez, and I think he's an excellent choice. He's a great character. All right, let's get into some Royals recap, shall we? Let's see what we've missed and recap the action going on today.
The Seattle Boat People versus the Kansas City Royals. In the top of the first, Bobby Witt Jr. got an RBI infield single to score Whit Merrifield. Hunter Dozier doubled to deep center to knock in Carlos Santana in the fourth. Later in the fourth, Kyle Isbell hit a 3-run homer to center, scoring Dozier and Mondesi. The Mariners got one back on a solo home run, but the Royals kept the pressure on as Casey keeps the line moving with RBI singles, one from O'Hearn in the fifth and Jones and Hicklin in the seventh. The Royals add some icing on a piece-of-cake game with a solo shot to right by Castillo, make it in an 11-3 ballgame at that point in the ninth. Call the Mariners' boat as sunk. The San Francisco Big Ol' Huge Ants versus the Kansas City Royals. The Royals really couldn't get anything going on early in the game. The 5th inning was the only positive inning for the Royals offensively besides the 9th. Olivares hit a double to score Lopez, and KC got a run on a throwing error, and Andrew Benintendi hit a single to score Perez in the 5th to make it a 6-3 ball game at that point, and Kyle Isbell was able to cut the lead to 4 with a 2-run shot to center in the 9th. But all in all, it's not a disappointing game. 13 hits. Carlos Hernandez giving up 6 hits, 5 earned runs, and 4 walks in a little over 2 innings kinda complicated things. Ho-Ho-Cam Park is in the Royals' sights now. The Kansas City Royals versus the Oakland A-minuses. The Oakland A's hosted the Kansas City Royals in Mesa, Arizona. If your name was Kyle, you probably had a good game. Kyle Isbell continued where he left off, getting a couple hits, and Kyle Bubich got the win. He was able to keep the A's quiet early, and Royals' Youngin Dungan had a 2-run homer to center in the 2nd inning, and Bobby Witt Jr. got an RBI double in the 3rd, and the player of the game hits a round tripper to right field that scores Bobby Witt Jr., and the Royals hang on for a 1-run win, improving their record to 8-4. And the Royal Way will be sure to have your stats and updates when it comes to the Kansas City Royals versus the San Diego Padres tomorrow at 8:40 p.m. Central Time.
All right, Empire, we got to go to commercial. When we get back, we'll have all your original segments, and plus I'll present the prize for this week. Stay tuned.
Just one question. How about them Chiefs?
Hey there, I'm Kevin, host of the 12th Man at Arrowhead Drive. Be sure to tune in every Sunday and Wednesday for all your Chiefs content right here on Stadium Drive Sports.
From the producers of the long drawn-out movie Where Did Baseball Go?, starring Salvador Perez. Watch this KC Royals player concoct the perfect plan to celebrate by dumping Gatorade water on fellow teammates. Salvador Perez stars in Salvi Splash, rated E for everyone. Coming to a stadium near you. Ooh, yeah, that would look good in my room. Right now is your chance to win a free reserved parking for Royals only sign. How do I get that? All you gotta do is email us after the show at StadiumDriveSports@gmail.com using the keyword Homer. Homer.
Welcome back, Royals Empire. You have made it halfway through the show. Congratulations. We've got nothing but our great original segments ahead, but I'm going to need your help, along with maybe stat bots on this next segment,
Stat bot
because I
activated.
can't figure out a winner for today's Best to Ever Wear It award. So let's try to figure it out.
Hello, my name is Statbot. I will present today's Best to Ever Wear It awards. We are currently on the number 6. Your nominees are Jim Wolford, Willie Wilson, David Howard, Lorenzo Cain. And the winner is Willie Cain. Warning. Lorenzo Wilson. Let him job them baseball. Make
Warning.
Royals think. Stat bot.
Sorry about that. I told you it was a difficult one. We're really going to have to dig deep on the Royal Way to figure this one out. Let's go into the stats on this.
Lorenzo, yes he Cain, versus yes he Willie Wilson. Some people will just tell you that Lorenzo Cain is just a clone of Willie Wilson, with the speed in the outfield, but look at that average, damn near mimicking each other. Home runs go to Cain, but stolen bases go to Willie Wilson by far. So I'm going to ask the Empire, Lorenzo Cain or Willie Wilson? The Royal Way's answer, we've got to have one, is Willie Wilson. He's a 2-time Silver Slugger, 1980 AL batting champion, 1979 he stole 83 bases. That's just unheard of these days. He's a Royals Hall of Famer since 2000. Did you know Did you know that former Royal Alex Gordon is an 8-time Gold Glove winner? He's a 2-time Platinum Glove winner as well. Golden Spikes Award winner in 2005, as well as the Dick Howser Trophy that year. 14 seasons, all with the Royals. 3-time All-Star. And also, did you know? This moment was my all-time regret as a Royals fan. I was there at that game when Alex Gordon hit that game-tying home run against the Mets in Game 1 of the World Series in 2015. I was outside the stadium. I heard the roar from the crowd and turned around and knew that Alex Gordon had hit that home run and I had missed it, so. It's trivia time. What jersey number has been worn by the most Royals? Is it A, number 26, B, number 31, C, number 9, or is it D, number 12? What number is the most popular? It's B, number 31. Pitcher Domingo Tapia is currently the 33rd Royals player to ever wear the number. 1970 through 75 and 1994 were the only years that no KC player ever wore it. Guess who? In my first full season pitching in the majors in 1990, I had the AL's 4th best ERA at 2.46, going 12-8. American League Player of the Month in July of 1990, going 4-0 with 1.55 ERA. 1993 was a great year. I went 18-8, 2.56 ERA, and I set a Royals record with 33 consecutive scoreless innings. I finished 3rd on the Cy Young ballot. In 1995, I pitched 2 perfect innings in the All-Star game. The next year, I had a career high in strikeouts with 207. I won 2 Roberto Clemente Awards in 1997 and 1998. After playing for the Royals until '99, I moved west to Oakland for a year. We reached the American League Division Series after I was able to collect 15 wins in a season for the 5th time in my career. I also played for the Mets and won my last 6 games. In 2002, I made it back to the American League Divisional Series with the Anaheim Angels going 14-12. I returned to KC for the 2003 season. Royals Hall of Famer since 2011. I went 115-92 with a 3.49 ERA over 287 games. I am Kevin Apier. Ape.
Look, just to make things clear, if you are not a Royals fan, Kevin Apier is actually not an ape. He is a human being, and he was a mighty fine pitcher. Just to get that clear. That movie, Matt LeBlanc, I forgot the name of it, but he played with the monkey, and I don't know if the monkey pitched in that movie. It's an old movie. Yeah, well, anyway.
Get on with the episode.
Alright, fine. It's time to take you through the years with the Kansas City Royals, and we are on the year 1975. Alright, let's journey back in time to when the Royals were playing in the AL West in 1975, and Oakland Athletics win again. 98-64 record, but the Royals were right behind them with the 91-71 record. 7 games, in fact. The Rangers and Twins were locked up right there in the middle with the White Sox, and the California Angels took last. As for the defensive setup in 1975, there were a few changes. You saw George Brett get the new number 5 instead of 25. Jim Wolford is the new right fielder. Hal McRae took over for left field. And Buck Martinez is now the catcher. And here's a look at your Royals 1975 starting pitchers. Steve Busby and Al Fitzmaurice, along with Dennis Leonard, all had great years pitching. The relief pitching was about average. It included Doug Bird, who got 11 saves, Lyndon McDaniel, and Steve Mingori, and Bob McClure, who later became the pitching coach for the Royals. 1975 was the Royals' 7th season. Those pesky Oakland A's win the West again. But KC becomes a true contender to take the throne. Being only 7 games back, the Royals are blossoming into something beautiful. John Mayberry continued his trend of smashing the ball out of the park with a team-leading 34 home runs, and George Brett hit for an average of 308, followed by Hal McRae with an average of 306. Brett hit 13 triples, Amos Otis stole 39 bases, and Freddie Patek stole 32. The Royals actually had a winning record against the division-winning A's with an 11-7 record. KC did not have a losing record against any divisional opponents. In mid-season, the Royals got a new manager. Whitey Herzog replaced Jack McKeon, and you can see the difference. Clint Hurdle was KC's first-round draft pick. The league MVPs were Fred Lynn of Boston and Joe Morgan of the Dodgers. The Cy Young Award winners were Jim Palmer of Baltimore and Tom Seaver of the Mets. The Cincinnati Reds win the World Series of '75, and the World Series MVP goes to Pete Rose. To be continued with 1976. Alright, Royals Empire, we have reached the end of the episode. I want to thank you for watching. It's very much greatly appreciated. And be sure to catch me on Monday for a brand new episode. I'm going to show everyone the winner of the weekly prize and show you the new prize for the next week. Be sure to keep in tune with me as I get you ready for the regular season. The spring training scores, news, and analysis can all be provided here on the Royal Way. Brought to you by Stadium Drive Sports. I'll see you Monday. Thanks for watching.